Some stories entertain you. Others stay with you forever. This is one of them. Zhou Minggui awakens in an unfamiliar, Victorian-era room under a crimson moon, suffering from an excruciating headache. Looking in the mirror, he discovers a grotesque, slowly regenerating gunshot wound on his temple and realizes he has transmigrated into the body of Klein Moretti, a recent history graduate living in Tingen City. After inserting a copper penny into the gas meter to light the room, he cleans up the bloodstains, recovers a bullet and revolver, and deduces that the original owner of his body died by suicide. On the desk, he finds a notebook with a grim message written in the Hermes language: "Everyone will die, including me." Determined to find a way back to Earth, Zhou Minggui recalls performing an ancient four-corner luck enhancement ritual shortly before sleeping. Believing this ritual triggered his transmigration, he resolves to replicate it the following day in hopes of returning home. Zhou Minggui examines Klein's fragmented memories, noting missing details surrounding his death and an upcoming Tingen University interview. After interacting with his mechanically skilled sister, Melissa, who leaves for school after reminding him to buy food, Zhou Minggui prepares to buy ingredients for his luck enhancement ritual. He retrieves money from a hidden cushion and takes the revolver for protection, setting its hammer over an empty chamber to prevent accidental misfire. On the bustling streets of Tingen, he buys 8 pounds of rye bread from Mrs. Myron and encounters a circus tarot reader. Recalling that tarot cards, steam engines, and modern card games were introduced 170 years ago by Emperor Roselle Gustav, Zhou Minggui suspects Roselle was a fellow transmigrator and accepts a free divination. Zhou Minggui executes the four-corner luck enhancement ritual using 4 loaves of rye bread and the original Chinese incantations. Instead of returning home, he experiences excruciating headaches and is pulled into a vast, mysterious realm above a gray fog dotted with crimson stars. By touching 2 of the stars, he unintentionally summons 2 strangers, Audrey Hall from Backlund and Alger Wilson from the Sonia Sea, into the fog. To maintain control of the situation and present an unfathomable demeanor, Zhou Minggui manifests a grand, giant-like palace containing a long bronze table and high-backed chairs. As Audrey and Alger converse, Alger offers to trade the Sequence 9 Spectator Potion formula to Audrey in exchange for ghost shark blood, asking their host to serve as an authoritative witness. When the pair ask for his title, Zhou Minggui recalls his earlier tarot reading and names himself the Fool. Zhou Minggui accepts the designation of the Fool and agrees to witness Audrey and Alger's trade before establishing weekly Monday gatherings, forming the secretive tarot club under the codenames Justice and the Hanged Man. Following a brief discussion on tarot divination and Emperor Roselle's 22 Paths of the Divine, Klein severs the fog connection, returns to his apartment, and resolves to master mysticism while accepting his new identity as Klein Moretti. In the real world, Alger executes a captured captain on a Tudor-era ghost ship to cover his tracks, while Audrey attends a naval ceremony at Pritz Harbor where Prime Minister Augustin Negan unveils the Pritz, a 10,000-ton ironclad warship signaling the dawn of a new industrial era. After recovering from his ritual, Klein notices 4 spots on his hand that let him access the mysterious gray fog. Driven by hunger, he eats boiled potatoes and saves meat for his sister. Reviewing his diary, he discovers that deciphering an ancient 4th epic notebook belonging to the Antigonus family triggered his predecessor's suicide. Just as he ponders his next move, forceful knocks echo at his door. Klein hides his revolver behind his bed and cooks a rich mutton stew for his sister Melissa. Late that night, Nighthawk Inspector Dunn Smith enters Klein's dream to investigate him, thanks to his unique nature. Klein stays lucid during the mental test and convinces Dunn of his memory loss. Dunn reveals that the ancient notebook is missing and takes Klein to see a spirit medium to verify his story. On the way, Dunn warns him that supernatural threats linger, recounting a survivor who mysteriously committed suicide years later. Klein meets the spirit medium, Daly, who uses aromatic rituals to probe his mind. Thanks to his unique resilience, Klein stays lucid and successfully hides his secrets, convincing her of his amnesia. Daly confirms Welch committed suicide and reveals the fourth epic notebook is missing. Impressed by his survival and history background, Dunsmith invites Klein to join the Nighthawks as a civilian staff member for £3 a week, though he warns him about the risk of Beyonders losing control. Klein returns home at dawn to consider the offer. Returning home at dawn, Klein covers his late night with his sister Melissa before weighing the pros and cons of joining the Nighthawks. Realizing the secret organization offers the best resources and protection against future supernatural threats, he travels to their hidden headquarters at the Blackthorn Security Company. After signing a 5-year contract as a civilian staff member with Captain Dunsmith, Klein takes his first step into the mysterious world by asking what it truly means for a Beyonder to lose control. Dunsmith explains the creation myth, noting that all existence stems from the Creator, with the red moon representing the Evernight goddess. He warns Klein that Beyonders face constant danger and can lose control in 5 ways, ranging from consuming improper potions to mental breakdown from heightened spiritual perception. Klein accepts his dual task, retracing his steps to find the missing Antigonus notebook and analyzing historical archives in the armory. Dunn warns him about Chanis Gate and dangerous sealed artifacts, specifically highlighting Insangwil, a rogue former archbishop who escaped with Artifact 08. He then directs Klein to meet Old Neil to begin his new role. Dunn grants Klein a £12 salary advance for a new suit and rent, equipping him with demon hunting bullets, a holster, and shooting range access via accountant Mrs. Oriana. In the armory, Old Neil shows Klein copies of Emperor Rosel's encrypted diary, which Klein realizes is written in simplified Chinese, unlocking a major secret. Beyonder potions must be digested through acting. On his way out, Klein meets Sequence 8 Midnight Poet Leonard Mitchell, who secretly asks an unseen entity if it noticed anything special about Klein. Rosen informs Klein he can start on Monday so he can handle personal affairs, like politely withdrawing from his Tingen University job interview. Klein asks about the church's Beyonder pathways. Rosen details the complete Evernight pathway starting at Sequence 9 Sleepless needing little sleep, enhanced night powers, advancing to Sequence 8 Midnight Poet, and Sequence 7 Nightmare Dunsmith sequence. She adds that Old Neil is a Sequence 9 mystery prior who uses magical rituals, and Madame Daly is an incomplete pathway Sequence 7 spirit medium. Klein leaves in high spirits with his £12 salary advance, planning a celebratory dinner. After Klein finds that this class seer belongs to the Antigonus family and he also finds the formula of his next sequence, Sequence 8 Clown, and he becomes Sequence 8. After a few days of fighting Beyonders, who lost control, he finds a madman's plot to birth the son of an evil god threatens to destroy Tingen. Klein and the Nighthawks race to stop the ritual, facing betrayal, loss, and the ultimate price of heroism. Captain Dunsmith sacrifices himself, and Klein is killed by the traitorous Insangwil, who seeks godhood. The law of indestructibility is made manifest. Power, once gained, never disappears, only changes hands. Tingen is left a city of ghosts and memories. Klein is resurrected through his connection to the Grey Fog, discovering that his new powers come with limitations and dangers. He leaves Tingen for Backland, seeking revenge and answers. The Tarot Club expands, and Klein's journey becomes one of survival, adaptation, and the search for meaning in a world where every act of heroism is paid for in loss and trauma. The mystery has only just begun. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video.